But let me take this opportunity to issue a statement on an incident that happened yesterday following burial ceremony of the late Jackson Kibor. First and foremost, let me say that we condemn with the strongest terms possible the act of political violence that was caused by a few individuals in Soi against a team of Asimio led by Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga. As the governor of this county, I have said time and again that as a county, we are not going to tolerate political violence. We've said time and again, everybody has a right to campaign in every part of this county. Not just Azimio, but even political candidates within even UDA as a political party. I want to address one Junaid Mohammed and Babu Owino, that probably because they have been in a league of politics of violence, they think everybody else in this, every politician in this country subscribe to that kind of politics. They should realize that personally I'm above that. I cannot, as a governor and as a leader of this county and this country, be among those who think retrogressively. Junaid Mohammed and Babu Owino should be grateful to Mandago. If I was a politician who just thinks about political divides and does politics of hatred and violence, I would not have given them my car. I don't know how Junaid forget so fast that when they were alighting from the helicopter, it's actually my car that brought them to the venue. And it is my same car that took them to the helicopter. And my own car was towed. So how can I be organizing violence against my car and my security? This thing Junaid is saying, I was walking out and coming out. We were seated inside the house, and I was called to go and lay the wreath in the grave of Mzee. When they were arriving, we were busy sorting out an incident of a vehicle that was stolen during that funeral. The vehicle of one of our advocates and member of LSK, Wakili Yeko. And the county commander of CID here can confirm. By the time arriving, I was busy calling them to coordinate and try and see whether they can recover that vehicle before it disappears very far. So for Junaid and Babu to insinuate that Mandago, simply because I was there, I'm involved, I want to tell them to stop that kind of nonsense. Mimi siko kwa hiyo league. Mimi siko kwa hiyo league ya siasa ya duni hiyo. Nyinyi mnajua msimamo yangu kwa siasa. And me, I can interact with anybody. Uwe wa Azimio, uwe wa UDA, uwe wa chama gani, chama ya kazi, chama wherever. We can differ in political ideology, but that does not make us necessarily enemies. So I want to ask the Inspector General of Police, na pia nataka kumwambia IG, you know your team are very good at issuing threats and statements, but with very little action. I have personally told the county commander of police here, Panayu. I have told the OCS for Soi, Panakachero. He was at the scene. He must deal with those few criminals who did that kind of act. Na sio maneno tu ya kusema firm instructions and then we don't see any action. And not just for this incident, for all political incidents in this country. Because unless the institutions charged with the responsibility take stern action, we shall be issuing statements versus statements, and we are not seeing action. We want to see action that will deter anybody else imagining or thinking of causing any political violence in this country. This is the last county that we would expect any violence. We've spent a lot of time, resources investing on this peace-building initiative and cohesion programs. I doubt if there is any other county that has working peace committees that are engaged almost all the time like this county. And all of you, the residents of this county, know we have spent a lot of time engaging communities, engaging elders, engaging leaders. We have had meetings including IBC and all the institutions involved just to make sure that we hold peaceful elections in this county. I want to say everybody must take responsibility of their actions. And I welcome the instructions from the Inspector General of Police But I don't just want to hear statements, because we are also almost getting used to statements from IG. We have had serious problems of security in Baringo and Kerio Valley, a lot of killings, and we are stern warnings, we are strong statements, but we don't see any serious action being taken in the ground. So we want to also ask IG that when you issue firm instructions, you also follow up and see whether your officers on the ground are actually executing those instructions. But I can tell you from where I stand, and the politicians in this county, we have said everybody is free to campaign in this area. Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga was in Eldoret some time back, and they had a very big rally, and there was no chaos. Those isolated issues should be dealt with, those individuals should be picked. I don't think this country is deficient of how to get information and how to deal with the people who are perpetrating such kind of activities. So I therefore want to condemn in the strongest terms the act and ask the IG to follow his statements so that there are actions. Ya mwisho ni kuambia Junet, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga is a leader in this nation. Sisi wengine ni wafuasi wa William Ruto sugu, na sisi tutajua tutashinda hiyo kiti. But I want to tell the Right Honorable Prime Minister, your loss, 50% will be occasioned by Junet. 50% of the loss of your votes in Akam will be occasioned by one Junet Mohammed. He is not adding value to your team. He is busy just antagonizing everybody. We also know that even the wrangles within ODM, Junet ndio anafanya hiyo kazi. Wewe ukipoteza kura, don't look far. Angalia tu mtu anasimama karibu na wewe, huyo ndiye anakuletea hasara. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaki kusema kuzidi hapo, na mimi nataka kukumbusha vijana kaunti hii. And I have said it. Wewe kwenda kufanya fujo, utashikwa, utapelekwa kotini, utatafuta wakili, wewe mwenyewe utakaramia mchezo yako mwenyewe. Na saa hiyo ndio utajua hakuna mtu atakuja kutetea. Take responsibility of your actions. You can be a fan of a certain politician, but that does not give you license to abuse or even cause violence on other candidates. Uko na kura moja kwa mfuko, kwenda fuata ule mtu unafuata kwenda pigia kura. Pana sumbua watu wengine. Asanteni sana. Sijui kama iko maswali.